Now, what if everything that we knew or we thought we knew about Trump's legal battles was just the tip of the iceberg? Let's dive into this real quick.
So Judge Merchan just confirmed that the only reason Trump got an unconditional discharge is because he was reelected as president by the MAGA morons who thinks he's going to, reduce the price of eggs. Oh, and also racism and misogyny. Because our Supreme Court back in July, the corrupt Supreme Court back in July, ruled that he has presidential immunity. Because of course we should give presidential immunity to our presidents here in the United States as if they're freaking kings. So Judge Merchan just confirmed that
Man, these liberals, try to tell you, brother, these meltdowns is honestly what we look forward to as a result of all this stuff, though. I'm just keeping it real. This definitely made me laugh out loud the first time I seen it. She's saying that Trump only got discharged from the case, suggesting that it's because of us, the MAGA supporters who reelected him. But, I don't know. It implies that liberals are in disbelief when you watch this video about Trump's conviction, and it didn't play out as they hoped, obviously. And I looked at her response to this, and I'm wondering, is she really that shocked? Could the truth be even more surprising than we thought? Let's see when we watch this video of Stephen A. Smith when he goes nuclear on the Democrat judge Juan Merchan for moving forward with the New York sentencing against Trump. And of course, we're gonna, get Trump's response to Juan Merchan. He completely unleashed on him. Finally had his chance to speak his mind to Merchan for about 6 minutes, man. Gabe told him off, and I can't wait to get into that. We also gonna, we're gonna watch a clip from Benny Johnson speaking with the lawyer of Donald Trump on that case. And yeah, man, let's go and get to the meat and the bones of this. Stephen A. Smith, take it away, my guy.
You might be surprised with what I have to say about this.
Nah, I'm probably
This is the kind of stuff that just validates assertions about stuff being politicized. Maybe not specifically with Trump, but the suspicion definitely is there. What is the purpose of this? Is he going to jail? Are you going to jail? You're going to get a fine? We got to sit up there and go through all the pomp and circumstance when you know you're not going to do anything. He was certified today as the next president of the United States of America.
So yeah, you can see this video was dated for November 5th.
Come January 21st, he will be sworn in as the 47th president
20th
of the United States of America. But you want to sentence him. You're Juan Merchan. Who is he? The state Supreme Court justice in New York. You want to sentence him next Friday. And by the way, what is the sentencing about? Because see, we got to be real about it. We just got to be real about it.
Yeah, you do.
34 felony counts. It sounds very, very damaging. It's a hush money case. Essentially, the case against Donald Trump is that he is alleged to have engaged in relations with a former porn star, and he made efforts involving finances to keep her mouth shut. That's what all of this is about?
Yep.
You know what some people said to me when they were talking about this? They said, could you please tell me what's the difference between this and somebody signing an NDA?
Yes, please tell me the difference.
I don't know the answer to these questions. I'm just telling you what people's thought process is.
I mean, we be trying to tell y'all, man, that case was definitely politicized. It says Merchan's blatant final political act is driving more liberals to support Trump. It's funny how that's backfiring. Now, we're going to move forward because I want y'all to see this right here. I'll never forget, this is from Loden, by the way. I'll never forget the second Stormy Daniels letter denying her affair with President Trump. Man, I remember going to the barbershop, and again, y'all know I talk to the barber about politics sometimes, and he just like, yeah, but he had an affair with that porn star, whoop, and this, that, and the third, and da-da-da. I'm like, bro, she denied the affair with Trump. Like, she literally denied it. She's on camera actually saying it. We have a written letter. And at the time, I was getting my hair cut. I couldn't really get to but anyhow, I'm sending him this video. You know who you are. Let's read this. It says Judge Merchan forced Trump to delete of this first letter and fined him $9,000. Sure would be a shame if everyone shared this. To whom it may concern. This was January 10th, 2018, by the way. To whom it may concern, I recently became aware that certain news outlets are alleging that I had a sexual and or romantic affair with Donald Trump many, many, many years ago. I'm stating with complete clarity that this is absolutely false. My involvement with Donald Trump is limited to a few public appearances and nothing more. When I met Donald Trump, he was gracious, professional, and a complete gentleman to me and everyone in my presence. Rumors that I have received hush money from Donald Trump are completely false. If indeed I did have a relationship with Donald Trump, trust me, you wouldn't be reading about it in the news. You would be reading about it in my book. But the fact of the matter is, these stories are not true. Now, I'll be honest with y'all real quick now. I'm just telling you what I'm saying. I'll be real. You know, if Trump pay her, you know, keep it on the hush hush, I would expect her to say, you know, what she just said right here towards the end, you know, the rumors that I've received hush monies from Donald Trump are completely false. You know, I'm just saying. But anyhow, here we go right here. Here's the proof. You can't help but consider the psychological aspect of this political battle. You know, are the moves against Donald Trump more about public manipulation than legal merit? Yeah, man, you know, that curiosity has been sparked all 2024. And it definitely affects my understanding of political justice. For sure, man. Now, I want y'all to see this next clip right here that we're about to get into, because it's a reminder that Juan Merchan's daughter raised almost $100 million for her Democrat clients, and she was paid $9.7 million from the Biden campaign, thanks to her corrupt father being installed as the judge for the hush money and Trump campaign cases. Please explain to me how an acting judge who's not even in New York's county's rotation of 24 sitting judges was assigned to 2 of Trump cases. If that ain't fixed, I don't know what is.
As Representative Gates pointed out, the judge's daughter significantly profited from this case, to the tune actually of $93 million raised for her Democrat clients that include a member of this committee, Representative Goldman, I should point out and put on the record, but also authentic campaigns, of which Lauren Merchan, the daughter of the judge, she runs this firm, Authentic Campaigns, and was paid nearly $12 million for her work this cycle for her Democrat clients, and including $9.7 million by the Biden-Harris campaign.
Also, by the way, you know, I want to make sure y'all know that his wife, Juan Merchan, that is, worked under Letitia James for several years. Oh, yeah, he also donated to the Biden campaign. So, I mean, now y'all know we got to check out my guy George's tweet of both Benny Johnson and Trump's lawyer, which added another layer to this story. Go ahead and get the ins and outs of Trump lawyer Mike Davis, who issues a major warning to Judge Juan Merchan and all other Democrats who engaged in lawfare against President Trump. Woo, this man sending a clear message, too.
I'm glad the Democrats had their cathartic sentencing today, because it is going to backfire spectacularly, because right now the Democrats think they're the hunters. And guess what? On January 20th at noon, they're going to become the hunted. And I'm going to make damn sure of that as a private citizen at the Article 3 Project, exercising my God-given right to speak and to lobby governments. I'm going to make goddamn sure the Trump 47 Justice Department opens a criminal probe, but I'm going to make damn sure that happens. I'm going to make that my very public advocacy every day until Juan Merchan's ass is in prison.
Can you please walk me through what potential charges would be brought against Juan Merchan in this case? You say you want to throw his ass in prison. Walk me through the landscape there, Mike.
Ooh, I'm telling you, man, if I was a Democrat out there, you know, and I had something against Donald Trump, I would do the Mark Zuckerberg approach, bro. I will just switch I'm going to have to be fake. Nope. Either you be fake or you going to end up in the jail, bro, because, I mean, dog.
I want to throw his third world Marxist trash ass in prison and then revoke his citizenship and send him back to the Cali cartel or wherever the hell he came from in Colombia. And let me tell you what it is. It's 18 USC Section 241, conspiracy against rights, a very serious federal civil rights felony. And when you politicize and weaponize intel agencies and law enforcement to go after your political enemies for non-crimes, which is exactly what happens here, you have committed that very serious federal civil rights felony. And judges are not immune from 18 USC Section 241. So I would say to Juanito, or whatever the hell this judge's name is, this third world Marxist trash, that you better lawyer up, buddy, because there has to be a criminal probe. You are corrupt. You are partisan. You are dangerous. You took our country to the brink, and your adult daughter, Lauren Michon, made a lot of money off this, and you sat on this case. There's a reason they picked you, because you are a stooge. You're just like Alvin Bragg and Tish James and Matthew Colangelo and Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade. Let's guys are going. Just bottom of the barrel lawyers and judges, the dumbest people in the legal system, so the George Soros types can use you and manipulate you like puppets. Like, for example, putting your adult daughter Lauren on Democrat payroll and making her a lot of money, which is corruption by Judge Merchan to stay on this case.
I'm just saying, if you're a Democrat, bro, and you use lawfare against Donald Trump and you was connected in any kind of way, hey, you better take this opportunity to get your legal structure in order, because I promise you, he coming. Now, to the juicy part. I ain't even going to be on the screen. For the next 6 minutes, you are about to hear Donald Trump speak his mind. I mean, he going to speak his mind to Juan Merchan. Check it out.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. This has been a very terrible experience. I think it's been a tremendous setback for New York and the New York court system. This was a case that Alvin Bragg did not want to bring. He thought it was, from what I read and from what I hear, inappropriately handled before he got there. A gentleman from a law firm came in and acted as a district attorney. And that gentleman, from what I heard, was a criminal or almost criminal in what he did. It was very inappropriate. It was somebody involved with my political opponent. Part of the records that we're talking about, they're saying, I just noticed where he said I was falsifying business records. Well, the falsification of business records, as they say, it was calling a legal expense in the books where everybody could see them, a legal expense. In other words, that legal fees or legal expense were put down as legal expense by accountants. They weren't put down by me. They were put down by accountants. I didn't call them construction, concrete work. I didn't call them electrical work. I didn't call them they called a legal fee or a legal expense. And for this, I got indicted. It's incredible, actually. Now, if you look, my attorney alluded to it, the top legal scholars and legal pundits in this country, the ones that are quoted all the time on television, that are making their views felt and highly respected people, have said, virtually everyone that I know of, haven't seen any to the contrary, not one, and these people are not exactly friends of mine, to put it mildly. But they all said this is a case that should have never been brought. It's an injustice of justice. Very respected Jonathan Turley, Andy McCarthy, Judge David Rifkin, a wonderful man who just passed away, by the way, Greg Jarrett, Ellie Honig from CNN, of all places. CNN said that, Paul Ingrassia, Alan Dershowitz, they all said this is not a case that should be brought. It's not, think about it, legal expenses are down as legal expenses, and I get indicted for business records. Everybody should be so accurate. It's been a political witch hunt. It was done to damage my reputation so that I'd lose the election, and obviously that didn't work. And the people of our country got to see this firsthand because they watched the case in your courtroom. They got to see this firsthand, and then they voted, and I won and got the largest number of votes by far of any Republican candidate in history, and won, as you know, all 7 swing states, won conclusively all 7 swing states, and won the popular vote by millions and millions of votes. And they've been watching your trial, so they understood it. I wasn't allowed to use the lawyer-client privilege or the reliance on counsel. I had a lawyer that made this deal, and he admitted that. And he was also a totally discredited person. We weren't allowed to use the information from the Southern District that totally discredited him. It wasn't allowed to be put in. And that was terrible, unbelievable. And this is a man who's got no standing. He's been disbarred on other matters, unrelated. And he was allowed to talk as though he were George Washington. But he's not George Washington. He shouldn't have been allowed. The Southern District did a book of approximately 28 pages where I've never seen anything like it. They excoriated him. You wouldn't let it be put into evidence. So he was able to testify as a witness, and I think it's a disgrace to the system. I was under a gag order. I'm the first president in history that was under a gag order where I couldn't talk about aspects of the case that are very important. I guess I'm still under, so probably I won't do it now. I assume I'm still under a gag order. But the fact is that I'm totally innocent. I did nothing wrong. They talked about business records, and the business records were extremely accurately counted. I had nothing to do with them. That was done by an accountant or a bookkeeper who I think gave very credible testimony and was corroborated by everybody that was asked. And with all that's happening in our country today, with a city that's burning to the ground, one of our largest, most important cities burning to the ground, with wars that are uncontrollably going on, with all of the problems of inflation and attacks on countries and all of the horrible things that are going on, I got indicted over calling a legal expense a legal expense. It was called a legal expense. I just want to say I think it's an embarrassment to New York, and New York has a lot of problems, but this is a great embarrassment. I believe that this and other cases that were brought, as you know, the DOJ is very much involved in this case. It's because that's the political opponent they're talking about. The DOJ is very involved. You have a gentleman sitting right there from the DOJ who was from the DOJ's office. He was also involved with the New York State Attorney General's case. And he went from there to here. He went around and did what he had to do. He got them to move on me. But in the meantime, I won the election in a massive landslide. And the people of this country understand what's gone on. This has been a weaponization of government. They call it lawfare. Never happened to any extent like this, but never happened in our country before. And I'd just like to explain that I was treated very, very unfairly. And I thank you very much.
As you can see, Juan Merchan is going to pay dearly. And because of him involving his family will also definitely have to pay some debt as well. He made a deal with the devil, and his entire genetic profile will be wiped off the face of the earth, you know, when Donald Trump get up in that office and do what he needs to do. I don't even know why Trump want to waste his breath on this corrupt judge. Not even worth his time, because as soon as he get up in that office, he can just go